Star of David, Seal of Solomon, Star of David. I'm gonna say north. No, Star of the East. Whatever. Oh, I got you. Time for... No, oh, that's some bull honky. Well... oh, the first woman to dwell on the earth. Okay, that's a much better question. Because I was going to say the first woman is something different. Publican? That doesn't even make any sense. Because was a politician was the early version of politician. I'm going to say fisherman. A tent maker. Yeah, because, you know, that's like so important to God and everything is what he did. Revelations. Table of contents. And parables, which are really just metaphors. They're just long. They're made-up words for metaphors. I'm probably going to say it's Luke. Because I know John is pretty long. Acts is fucking boringly long. Apparently it's John. Ooh, see, that's tough. You see, not all trees have leaves. Not all trees bear fruit. And not every tree has bark. It's unfortunate. The Bible's going to get this one wrong. I say leaves. It's fruit. Not all trees bear fruit. Let's be honest here. The Bible is very incorrect to say that it's known by its fruit. And if it's just saying as a general that only people back then knew trees by fruits, that's entirely incorrect. Because in China, they would collect tree leaves and press them, which is actually where we got the skill. So, I'm gonna say I haven't heard of Lysanias and Felix, so I'm gonna guess Herod. That's kind of weird, but well, Seth, who's actually a paraname for the god Set in Egypt, who was a destroyer god, doesn't surprise me. I want to say it's Noah, but it's probably like Adam. Let's just guess Noah. No, it was Adam. Yep. It's probably meant as a trick question for this, because Samson didn't lead the Israelites out. That was Moses, and maybe he was a Philistine leader, because Samson was king, but I thought he was king of the Hittites or whatever. Yeah. It's funny because that in Judges actually appears in a script that was written before the Bible, and that's the reason why like stories like the Samson ones are actually part of fables that existed before the Bible was written. Well, before the Torah was written. And Judges is awful, man. People cutting off each other's heads and stuff over nothing. The guy who like takes revenge on a village because like one of his friends gets slaughtered or something, so he gets angry and like destroys their entire society. Like absolutely ridiculous. I think I want to say Jacob, Isaac, Abraham, because I think Abraham is Isaac's son. Abraham, technically. I'm just gonna. Yeah. Okay, so Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, I think. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if... What's with all the ye's, man? Seriously. keep up my commandments? No. Ye love one another? God damn it, make up your mind. Mostly because there was a question earlier that said only grace would do the same thing, so I guess apparently you have to do like 8 different things at one time. Who told the shepherds that Christ was a what? Who told the shepherds that the Christ child was in Bethlehem? I believe it was an angel came to the wise men, right? Yeah. Good. The shoes of preparation. That child should have been stoned to death for his vanity. The armor would look good on me. Oh look, now it looks like we're actually in the Middle East. Now I have like what looks like schoolgirl socks on. Hooah! Squish you, Scorpion! Even though you're the most awesome thing on the planet. Scorpions are pretty awesome, man. They've been around like... We have like fossils dating back to like the beginning. Pretty much. As far back as fossils can exist, they've been there. In one form or another. Like that form, pretty much perfect. If you want to eat something, you look like that. I have 64 Bible passage things. I should probably read them, but I don't really give a shit. I've read the Bible once. I don't think well, actually, I've read 2 different versions of it, and both are pretty terrible. Plus, I read the Book of Mormon, which is basically Bible the Revenge. Yep, that's right. If you have money, you're going straight to hell. Taught in parables. You've already been through this. What idol did Aaron make for the children of Israel while Moses was on the mountain? That'd be a golden calf. Even though golden calf worshippers, which is a very racist insult to India, which they believed later because the armies of India had actually defeated the Romans several times, that they decided to add more into... Well, actually, it had to do with the Israelites as well. That India was mostly an impenetrable country, so they considered things like the golden calf blasphemous. So this part was added in. They don't know whether it was added in later by the Romans or it was added in by the Israelites. But yeah, in their warmongering ways, they were quite offended by India. And actually, cults in modern-day Pakistan worshipped cows. In India, they still do, but Pakistan has gone under a lot of changes. But anyway, so they believe that it was meant as like basically a racist allegory to them. So yeah, go racism. Actually, religionism? I don't know how you'd say that. To what seed did Jesus liken the kingdom of heaven? I believe it was a mustard seed, mostly because there was a stupid Christian bookstore right by my house called the Mustard Seed, and they had like huge signs for like, oh, like Jesus songs for children, for children, for children. Like everything was for children, and it's like, are you divorced? Do you need the love of Jesus? It's like, are you going to find people who are easily influenced and people who've just gone through like a personal crisis and try to like basically gather them up? It's like, oh, something bad happened in your life. Well, if you believe in Jesus, that will all change, even though you're still be divorced. And technically, divorces are supposed to end in stonings, but that's neither here nor there, because it's a sinful behavior. What is the last word in the first epistle to the Corinthians? Amen. Yeah, whatever. Amen is actually from Zoroastrian religion. It's very common to see that. Amen and the word angel are both taken from Zoroastrian religion, which is basically the same thing as Christianity, except Zoroaster was the prophet, not Jesus. Which actually may be more correct, because there's no record of a man named Jesus, but there are a lot of records of Zoroaster. And they do have hundreds of thousands of believers, just to let you know. Oh yeah, and don't forget Dionysus. They're all pretty much the same story. The parable of the rich man and Lazarus, in whose bosom was Lazarus carried to when he died? Abraham's. Because there's nothing like a sweet bromance man-on-man hug when you die. Sounds awful. It puts a picture of Peter Griffin holding Stewie and he's sucking his nipple, but instead it's those two from biblical paintings. Kind of creepy. What were Peter and Andrew doing when Jesus called them to follow him? I want to say mending their nets. Fishing. Isn't that the same thing? Whatever, I still defeated the receiver. Oh, yay, more keys. I have 5 more stupid Bible quizzes to go. Magically open doors. This game is partially fun. Although people will probably get offended. But screw them. No, I said squish you. How am I supposed to get across here? Damn you flying spiders. I know it's generally taboo to do this, but I don't really care. You're going to hear my opinions on the Bible if you're watching, or if you're not. Well, if you're not, you're probably not going to hear it, but that's too bad. You're going to hear it in your dreams. Alright. Take that. Time for another boring quiz. Where was Herod when Pilate sent him to Jesus? Yeah, I figured. Everything has to do with Jerusalem. How many beasts did John see around the throne in Revelations? 4 beasts. One of the 4 beasts. I know Revelations like inside and out, which is kind of bothering. I've read that a lot. I find it very fascinating that someone could be hallucinating from starvation, from fasting, or food poisoning, or absolutely riddled with mental disorders, and they just throw him in and they're like, okay, this guy's batshit insane, just have him write shit and see what comes out. We'd probably all be fearing the coming of like the freaking marker if he had written it a little bit different. Whom did Jesus acclaim as more than a prophet? Moses. John the Baptist? Jesus didn't even know John the goddamn Baptist. Well, according to the chronology of how the books were most likely written, he wouldn't have known him. On the 7th day. On the Sabbath. Was foreordained. You mean, there was portent to? Aforementioned? For the foundation of the world. Oh, you mean Sandalphon? But manifest in these last times? Okay, this sentence makes little to no sense. Was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but manifest in these last times. Probably Jesus. Yeah, I figured. Jesus comes up as all sorts of things. He's like a pillar of the earth. He is God, but he's the Son of God. All this crazy shit. They really couldn't get their story straight, so they just threw them all in there and said, someone will believe one of them. What was a reminder of God's covenant with Noah? Oh, yeah, covenant, huh? Doing some witchcraft there, Noah? That we often see that he will never again destroy the earth by flood. I'm gonna have to go for rainbow. Yeah, because apparently rainbows mean that the flood isn't going to happen, but I'm pretty sure if you could probably see a rainbow in some sort of flood footage. What was Paul's father? Oh, wasn't it a Pharisee as well? Yeah. Figured if Paul's a Pharisee, his father's probably a Pharisee. I don't remember him being a Pharisee. What amount did Zechariah prophecy would be paid for the betrayal of the Savior? I'm going to say 25 pieces of gold. Really? Yeah, whatever, I defeated him anyway. Alright, let's see what opens. And I have more bugs to step on. Take that, suckers. Alright, well, we're going to stop right here, and this is an end of another episode of Let's Play the Bible Game for Game Boy Advance. With me, Mark Dias. See you later.